Luke Anderson. What's up, buddy?
Todd Fleming.
Thanks for hopping on for a minute. So just
Absolutely.
want to have just want to have a quick conversation with you. Um, as you know, you're one of my favorite people on the planet. I've told you that before, but I'm excited to ask you a couple questions and get your thoughts and opinions on a couple things. But first and foremost, what I wanted to ask was, so there is a reason that everybody gets in real estate.
hmm
Mine was that I was always kind of interested in it, but overall wasn't happy with where I was at. So my question to you is, what were you running from? Why real estate? Maybe, and then we'll go in a little deeper after that. But why real estate? What were you running from?
Sure. Well, kind of like you, I wasn't super interested in real estate for a while, to be honest. I never thought it was sexy. Um, I have family that was in real estate, and it just never appealed to me until I started experiencing severe health challenges. Yeah, until I started experiencing health challenges, exactly. And I, through Jordan Payne, talked. We used to work together. Talked with him, saw what he was doing, saw the different variables that can be in real estate. It's not just list a house, sell a house, list a house, sell a house. There's a creative side of it, and I went, oh, okay. So there's different variables. There's different ways to get into this business. There's different ways to do it. Okay, that's kind of intriguing. And then I started looking at, okay, well, what are the wealthy doing? Like, is there a common denominator with people who are wealthy? Oh, real estate. Oh, well, okay, I guess between the fact that it's not just listing and selling, there's more creative stuff, and that there's a wealth play there that can be multi-generational. I said, well, okay, I got to figure this thing out.
Yeah, it turns out that like 90% of I just
Yeah.
completely made that mistake up by the way, but
Well,
I
it's
think it
something
is actually
ridiculous
like
like that.
90 or
It
95% of the
is.
wealthy are involved in real estate in some shape, way, or form, which
Yeah,
is truly absurd. So
for
and
sure.
so by no means were you in like a comfortable position when you started real estate. You were
No.
working at, if I remember correctly, it was Enterprise. If you because you were working at with Jordan. For anybody that doesn't
Yeah.
know, Jordan, friend and business partner,
Yeah.
and he was at Enterprise. So you were at Enterprise.
Right. So long story short, I was at Enterprise. I had actually stopped working at Enterprise due to my health. So I was actually not working. I was actually considered, even by the government, to be disabled for about 2.5 years. And I was trying to re-enter myself into the workforce, if you will, and had gotten involved in a home care business. And that wasn't working out, did not have the flexibility I needed it to take care of my health. Ended up having to leave that as well. And around that time is when I started officially in real estate. I had started educating myself through the kingdom and other resources a couple months prior, and said, you know what? The home care thing isn't working out. Renting cars didn't work out. Can't stand being on disability. Like, got to do something. So it
Oh,
was
so it
definitely
wasn't even
not,
like, hey, this is like, I'm just successful in every endeavor too. You had
you
some
know,
failures before that.
yes,
Tell the people when you say health problem, what was the disability problem?
sure. If you hear it, by the way, if you hear any background noise, it's just children who are out of graham cracker. So my apologies with that.
Oh my God. They're out of graham crackers.
I know. Well, once you've had like two or three, it's like, I know mom's gone, but I can't like just feed you graham crackers for dinner. Like, you got to have some protein and some other things.
Dude, I get through the day with like Oreos and like French fries. So you're a better dad than I then. But
Oreos
so
and
when you
French
mentioned
fries.
that you had a health
Yes,
scare,
yes.
what was that?
So long story short, with that, when I was a kid, I had what ended up being classified as a traumatic brain injury. I was ejected from a vehicle on the interstate, rolled 2.5 times on the pavement at 65, 75 miles an hour. Um, Basically into adulthood. I had symptoms growing up, and then when I became an adult, my brain basically started to shut down because it hadn't rewired itself properly, and the brain was just like, "Nope, like you got to stop everything you're doing and go figure this out." That's the layman version of it because that's how I understand it. So or I shouldn't say lost vision, but had like blurred vision. Had couldn't stand for more than about 10 minutes at a time without either blacking out or throwing up or anything like that. Had intense head pain to the point where it would cause me to black out. Um, Digestive issues, like I said, fatigue issues. My sleep got all thrown out. I mean, it was just a whole gambit of things. And basically, it was just a neurological relapse, is what we've been calling it. And it was just, the brain was like, nope, we aren't rewired properly. We need to figure this out. So that was the health scare. It's been kind of an ongoing process for the last several years, about almost 4.5 years, moving forward, but it's kind of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back type of scenario. Trying to get
But basically
all those
what you're
symptoms under
saying
control.
is no excuses.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
so like
Man,
the
I should have worn I have a shirt that says "Destroy Excuses" on it. I should have worn that shirt.
You have like the most motivational wardrobe ever. The hat says "Here to Conquer." The back of it says "Relentless," right? What's it say?
I am relentless.
So
Yeah.
not exactly like you are not in a situation where like, oh, things come in a simple format or simple,
Yeah.
any sort of simple structure. So basically, you're able to do, like, what you're saying is that you've been able to complete your early deals with not being able to stand up for more than 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that's hashtag no excuse land, which is awesome.
Right.
Tell me about your first deals. Tell me, like, not necessarily like how they came about and like every detail of them. Just give me a little bit about that switch in mindset, that switch in feeling from like when you complete your first deal. So you went from hospital bed to can't stand up for 10 minutes, failing at hospitality business or home care, excuse me.
Home care,
enterprise rent-a-car failure to completing your first real estate deals. Real estate becomes real at that point. So like, tell me about that switch.
Yeah. So it was, I mean, definitely there was a lot of mental games there of, am I good enough to even do this, before it happened. And it really was just the sheer, I guess, desire, or not even really desire, that really was the mindset of, I have no other choice but to win at this. I have a family to support. I had, like you said, enterprise that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Home care didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Like, I have to have a win. Like, just not even, like, won't even accept failure at this point. I have no idea what that looks like because I've never done a deal. Don't know what that looks like. Let's just move forward and do it. And then once you get to that point and it actually closes and you're like, whoa, did I just do that? Like, I mean, it's really surreal. Like, you're just like, pinch me. Like, for the next like week, 2 weeks, even month, you're like, did that really just happen? Did I really just, okay. Like, I can do this. And from coming from a position of like, man, I don't think I'm worth anything because I've already failed at 2 other businesses, to now, wow, I just made money at this business that I, a few months prior, had 0 experience in. It's like, holy buckets.
Created money out of thin air, nonetheless.
Yeah, right.
Like,
It's right, exactly.
To do it.
That's exactly right. It's just like, wow, that was, and then of course, when you look back on it, you're like, well, that was easy. After the months of like, oh crap, I'm not going to make it. Like, this is so hard. And like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But then afterwards you're like, oh, I can do that again. And then it completely just shifts your mindset on what's possible and what you're capable of and your worth. I think, at least for me.
Yeah, because right off the bat, you get a little bit of that imposter syndrome, like, oh, everyone's going to figure me out next week, that I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was able to do it. And then, like, you become the authority. You understand becoming the person, like, wait a second, I do have the ability to do this and do it on repeat. So last but not least, or last couple of questions here. I don't want to take too much of your time. Got to get back to you got to give more graham crackers, man. I understand. For anybody that is maybe on the fence about either the Kingdom and or joining Axiom, what would you say to them? Because you are obviously a shining example of like success coming from it, which is amazing, which we love to see, which is our whole goal behind everything is, provide options for financial freedom for people. So what would you say to those people? Maybe what does the future look like for you, following that?
Sure. Well, what I would tell people, and I do tell people, is that it's both the Kingdom and Axiom is so much more than just real estate. It obviously, you've got the tools in there, and that's why everyone's coming here, but you get so much more out of that than just how to do a deal. And that will help propel you forward to the next one and the next one and the next one. When I was on the fence of joining the Kingdom right away, I was reaching out to people and I'm like, hey man, what's this all about? Just reaching out to people in the Kingdom and saying, hey, I see you're in this group. Like, what do you think about it? And getting some feedback from them. And it was a consistent answer. And I remember the first day I joined the Kingdom, somebody posted, "You've made a great decision." And it was like, oh, okay. whew, whew. And so now whenever someone joins the kingdom, that's why I always tell them, like, you've made a great decision of being here, because it literally is a place where it can change your life. I know you can't make that claim, but I can, because I'm the person you're interviewing. So I'm going to make that claim for you. It literally can change your life if you're willing to unlearn some things, and if you're willing to accept the fact that you're going to be changing your mindset and and some of your beliefs and some of the things that you think you know. Once you do that, it's amazing. Maybe that wasn't quite as clear as I had it pictured in my mind, but
I'm with you. I make the claim that it can absolutely change your life. Like getting around the right people, around the right people 100% changes your life.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
It broadens your perspective, your experiences, everything, like the way that you act.
Yeah.
And everything in life is cause and effect. So the way that you act becomes different, your results become different.
That's right. Exactly. And then on top of that, you get world-class real estate investing training, wholesaling training, specifically, an Axiom, Kingdom, obviously you've got the whole gambit of things, but you're actually learning how to do each avenue in the Kingdom. You're learning how to do each avenue in real estate investing ethically and with people in mind, which you don't learn everywhere. Learning to do it the right way.
While having hundreds of people that you're able to trust and do deals with. And
exactly.
I think the last deal that I did, you know what, it actually just closed. It closed this past week.
Yeah.
Made $25,000 on one post that I put in the Kingdom. So because there's trusted people in there. So the people that you're going to be working with and buying with and selling with, it's ideal. So, all right. Last but not least, where do you go from here? What's your future for real estate? And for everybody watching this, Luke's just a super humble guy too. What he's failing to mention is, alongside the deals, he's got like a marketing business and a trucking company that he had purchased, like a logistics company. So there's a lot of things going on. So I'm just going to call him Superman at this point, while having 19 kids. 3 or 4 kids?
Four boys.
9 kids. Yeah. So, but yeah, last but not least, what's in the future for you for real estate? Do you want to go to it full time? Get rid of everything? What are you looking to do?
Sure. So it's definitely a big piece of what I want to accomplish. The big goal, I'm still getting a little clarity on it, but the big goal is to develop a family office style business empire system, basically. So there's going to be real estate, there's going to be business, things like that, and a framework for our family multi-generationally, right? Now, real estate specifically, I want to start exploring into more buy and hold things, and then from there explore into more notes, because I haven't done that yet. So I want to explore into that. So my goodness, I'm sorry if it is so loud. It sounds like they're being murdered.
Not really. Well, they're out of milk and they're out of graham crackers.
Alrighty.
No, man, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes with us here.
Absolutely.
It's going to be super beneficial for everybody. I love talking to you, but 2, I love anytime that anybody can get in front of Luke, for sure. Because their day is going to be a little bit better. You have actually figured out the secret to life, and that is when you are in front of other people to make them feel better. And when you are able to make people feel better, they want to be around you more, and their lives get better too. So you are the epitome of you are amazing at that. So I tip the cap at that. So thanks for taking a minute with us here, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, man.
Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.